court did not side with the buyers. The court said that the way this clause was written is that it talks about the sellers having knowledge of a detrimental issue at the time they signed the APS, the agreement of purchase and sale, and that survives closing, and it applies until closing, that whether they knew of something wrong with this property. However, this clause doesn't mean to say that if something is discovered after the APS is signed and before closing, that the buyers can get out. So the wording is not precise. Basically, this clause lacks what's called a bring down obligation, which means that if the sellers or the buyers or whoever has knowledge of a defect up until the day of closing, or a defect is discovered up until the day of closing, then the buyers can get out. So the lack of this bring down language is what caused this clause to fail for the buyers. So basically, it did not cover the time between the APS was signed until closing. If any issues were discovered during that period, it would not allow them to get out. Any new issues that the sellers did not know about. So if the seller did not know about something at the time the APS was signed, and then the seller discovered something after that, the clause doesn't apply.